Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. And sorry I haven't been able to make videos recently. I've just been really busy with work. But I've been keeping track with the games, and I just have to say it's been a very disappointing week for Everton Football Club. Starting with the Merseyside Derby, you could see why we could lose that game historically, but that should have been a draw. But after that, we had Newcastle at home midweek, and we had uh, Watford at home. I mean, I saw those two fixtures after the derby, and I was like, we could possibly get 6 points here, not really be affected by that loss to Liverpool that much. We came away with two, and quite honestly, it's like I don't know what's happened. Either a dip in form, a fatigue, or just overall jadedness. But I don't know what's happened. But it seems like the momentum we've had over the past few weeks has gone. We climbed all the way up to sixth, even went ahead of Manchester United on points, sitting at sixth place. Um, and now we are below them. We are outside the top six, and it's just been disappointing. Usually, when Everton plays, um, especially at home, we would have the first half be kind of like a feel it out game. We'd pick our spots to create chances, and but we'd still be playing all over the pitch. We'd be pressing high. We'd be winning the ball in their half. But against Newcastle and especially against Watford, that doesn't seem like it's happened. Like we've been playing incredibly lethargic. Um, Watford dominated us on the pitch, despite the stats saying otherwise, with Everton having more possession, all that stuff. But I saw Watford actually, in my opinion, dominated the ball and played us off the pitch, and we should have lost that game to Watford if not for Luka Dean's free kick late in the stoppage time. It's just one of these things that happen that has happened historically over the last few seasons. We get close and almost be able to have the opportunity to do something uh, better and do more. In this case, it was a chance to secure a hold of sixth place heading into that incredibly congested festive fixtures time of year. And no, we didn't do it. Once again, we are left to be chasing the top six instead of trying to defend it and add on to it. Maybe Jose Mourinho was right after all. The top six is the top six, and in my opinion, when he said those comments, I expected the players to be like, wait, hold on, why? Why does that have to be that way? Let's prove that we can push into the top six and possibly have aspiration for something bigger. But that doesn't happen. Disappointing draw versus Newcastle midweek. Um, One of those things where we knew that Newcastle was going to bunker down and try to get a point, and I knew that with teams like that they shouldn't score first because then it'd be easier for them to just defend, and that's what happened. They scored first. We eventually equalized, but then we just couldn't break them down. We couldn't. Against Watford, there was that mad 5 minute spell where they scored two goals. First was the own goal off of Seamus Coleman. Nothing he could have really done there, in my opinion, but he has not been playing well this season, and that kind of just accentuated it, made it even worse. But I don't know what's happening with Seamus Coleman. He's not providing the same energy down the right, not taking on people. He looks a little bit tentative, and even a little bit might be an understatement. But there is something going on there, and I don't know what the future holds. Whether we have to look in to bringing someone else in, or if John Joe is the answer. But right now, Seamus Coleman hasn't been at his best, and I don't know what's happened. And there was Dokora's goal right after that, and then Sigurdsson missing another penalty. He's missed quite a few this year, including in the World Cup. But I don't know who else could take our penalties, really, to be honest with you. Leighton Baines isn't playing, and I'd pick him, but and his replacement, Luka Dean, was the one who actually saved our skins late in the stoppage time with his free kick. And on the subject of free kicks, what is wrong with Sigurdsson's set-piece taking? Because against Swansea, at least from what I would see when he was still with Swansea, it was almost like a clear chance every time he took a free kick. Whether it was a direct free kick towards goal, he'd score a lot of those, or whether it's creating a chance for his teammates on indirect free kicks. But I haven't seen much of that this year. I've seen it maybe in the first few weeks. I said, oh, well, maybe our set-piece taking could be quite a strength this year, but it really hasn't. We haven't scored off a corner, except for that Richarlison goal. It took almost 100 corners for us to score off a corner kick, but even then, it didn't even really feel like a corner. I don't know. Maybe someone else should be taking the free kicks. Luka Dean showed he could score. Maybe he should be put on set-piece duty. I don't know. I do not know. Well, tough part of the schedule is coming up. We have Manchester City, and then we have Tottenham. Two incredibly tough games before a tough midweek match against Burnley. So it is quite concerning. I mean, someone said that Everton has always been City's boogie club, but you never know. You never know. So hoping for the best, and let's see what happens against Manchester City. On that note, though, I was fearing that if we did lose the City game, hypothetically, there was that fear that, oh, of course Everton's going to put Liverpool atop the league. Of course that's going to happen. Good thing we didn't. It's not our fault that Liverpool is top of the league, so. All right, well, hopefully into this festive pictures we go, into the festive period we go. Hopefully we get out of this gauntlet in a very favorable position, but who knows? Fingers crossed.